Hello everybody, welcome back to another VOD review. We have a diamond TankPool. They said, I don't really play a lot of tank, mostly just fill, and when I do, I usually be Deadpool, maybe because I prefer to play hit scan overall. I would like to be criticized where I messed up, or what I could have done differently, and any tips on how to improve on what I should be thinking when playing tank specifically. I usually DPS main, so I end up playing fill roles, like tank or support, with a DPS mindset, which doesn't really help. Very, very true. So, there's a lot to tanking. Let's see if we can break it down. I think my game sound is too quiet. Is that right? Usually up at like 30, so we'll go to 25 and see how it goes. All right. Okay. So, ooh, that's a character you don't want to mess with. Nice. Way to be aware. Good. Oh, get him! Oh, get the jet! Oh.
It's a pool party.
So far, this is going great. I don't like that ult. So we gotta start being a little more careful with our ult, starting in season 7, because it's gonna go from 45-second cooldown to 60. So just be careful with that. Okay. So I'm seeing something that I don't like so far. All right, so I want to talk about a couple micro and macro things real quick. We've seen a lot so far. First of all, it doesn't seem like you're taking time in between fights to hold tab, or I guess this is console, to press select or whatever and bring up the scoreboard. Because if you were, you would notice they switched to strange, and you'd be on the lookout for portal, things like that. And we're a little slow to realize that. The next thing is, for our micro, I know some people are already pointing out, we're wasting time to upgrade. Like, you got to be upgrading when you have it. It's very important for Deadpool to be upgraded. I haven't played too much Deadpool, so if you want to look up specific upgrade paths, I would go watch really high-level Deadpools and see what they do. I know, I believe on TankPool you want to upgrade your gun first, and then your ult or something like that. I don't specifically know. The second thing is, I feel like we haven't really used our shield in the right way, and I feel like TankPool is like gun, ult, guns, E, dash. Okay. I heard it's guns, E, then ult. So, it just depends. But, regardless, it's better to just upgrade something than upgrade nothing. So, we're wasting a lot of time not upgrading, which is really good. And then our shield we haven't really used well to actually take or hold space. Okay. Upgrading ult first since it makes so much space. Fair enough. Fair enough.
A game within a game. A meta. Suck it, Blade.
Okay, so once again, we're just like throwing our shield out and our abilities to kind of get kills. So you specifically said in your post, you play like a DPS because you're a DPS. That makes sense. So I'm going to try to keep this brief. If you want the really long version, I have a very long video about like how to tank, what it means to tank, all about space, all that other stuff. It's covered in it. And it goes into detail of like different types of tanks as well. Because there's poke, brawl, dive, all that other stuff. But for right now, I'll try to keep it really, really short. The idea behind a tank is to take and hold space, okay? So what's space? Space is any area that your team can walk into and move through unopposed without taking damage, okay? So how do tanks take and hold space? It's by being a threat that is great and by being hard to remove from that area, okay? So the fact that we're using our shield in an area like this, TankPool doesn't have many defensive cooldowns. It's basically just his shield and then his movement and his like tankiness, right? So with the fact that we throw it out here, we already have this space, right? Our Luna can stand here forever and never take any damage. So there's really no reason. Like it does come down to stuff like that. Granted, it's a short cooldown, but now you're not going to have it for when you do need it. The other way that takes hold space, right, is they stay in a spot, and then if anybody tries to take that space away from them, you kill them. That is like what tanks do. If you're next to a tank as a DPS or a support, you should be under threat of death. Once again, we throw out our shield for no real reason. We're not taking any damage. There's like nothing here to do. We get the point though. So I mean, we'll take it. Is this a win? We tried not to do VOD reviews of wins because you are making mistakes, but you're not getting punished for them. So it's much easier to do. It's much easier to see your mistakes on a loss. So please try to keep them to losses. So again, we throw our shield out, but there's really no reason. The idea behind throwing a shield here is to take some space, right? So instead of them damaging your health bar while you walk up to the space, they damage the shield. But you don't even need to do that, right? We could just walk over here, and then the cover will take the damage, and then we get to the spot anyway, and then we can use our shield to hold the space for longer. So, like, now it would be great to have a shield, but instead we have to, like, back up and give it, because we already used our shield. Nice. You got a kill. His ult? Yeah. Nice. See, again, it'd be nice to have a shield here. So when you're playing Deadpool as a tank, again, you only have like one real option. So I'm not sure how viable it is to react, but whenever you see a Strange jumping up like this and he hasn't ulted in a while, this should be sending red flags in your head of just like, oh, they're probably gonna ult, right? So you should swap back immediately, throw the shield out as fast as you can. You get bailed out by Luna, which is nice, but we don't want to have to rely on that. And then again, now we throw out our shield when we already have a Luna ult, right? There's no chance we're going to die, and there's no reason to throw the shield out. Versus, like, let's just say the Scarlet Witch was at 100%, and now she has her ult, right? Now the Luna ult is not going to protect you, and it would be nice to have the shield. So be really careful with the shield. We're kind of just wasting it. What's up, Suga? How's it going? So, Exodus is making up is pointing out a good thing. You really want to use cover. You really want to use cover we're kind of like out here taking damage for no reason. Like you want to pop in between cover and like minimize your damage. And then Okama, you want to look at the ult. Let's go look at the ult. So we ulted a Luna who was gonna die anyway. It's kind of hard with Deadpool because you kind of do get in the habit of throwing your ult out. Like you're about to die, you might as well throw the ult out, right? Because you're gonna lose it anyway. So it's very unique, but it's in that, but we still don't want to waste it, right? Like if you're gonna die, sure, throw it out. But you're not in any reason, there's no semblance to, there's no chance you're gonna die here. You might as well have kept it because now we have a 45-second cooldown. Like in this game, we really want to think about how this is an ability-based shooter, right? And so all of your abilities have cooldowns. And if you mistime those abilities, that's like the whole game. So if you think about it, you want to, oh, thank you for the follow. You want to make sure you know exactly when you're supposed to use your abilities to get the most value out of them. So throwing your shield when you don't need it, throwing your ult when you don't need it, and then not having it when you do need it, that's like a prime example of how things go wrong. How do you get a VOD review? There's a exclamation point Discord and a section in there. Here, I just really want to like emphasize. We threw our shield out, right? We got a kill, which is great, but now we almost die for it, which is not good. And it'd be nice to have a shield.
I am ready to put on a show.
Once again, we throw our shield out when we could just be using cover, right? We can just move slightly to here and be using cover, especially since they have a Luna ult, right? So why is the Luna ult really important here? Remember what I said at the first part, where your ability to take and hold space is reliant on you being a threat, you putting out damage. Are you a threat when there's a Luna ult going on? No. They can just walk in, ignore that you're shooting them completely because there's no threat that they're going to die, and they can take the space. So we need to back up here. And then now, we don't have our shield for 10 more seconds, and now they have a Scarlet Witch ult. Granted, she's terrible, so it's fine. But if they aren't terrible, and as you climb up in the ranks, they're going to start taking advantage of that 10 seconds where you don't have your shield. You're doing things. We gotta have our sound on. There's been multiple times this game where there's been a huge threat, a huge thing. Portal opening, Scarlet Witch, and definitely Punisher. When you hear that, like, especially as a tank, you gotta know you are a target. So, like, we gotta know, identify the threat, listen to it, and then actually take cover. You can't just, like, W key towards the Luna. That's really bad. Almost forgot about the witch buffs. The witch nothing burger. It's something. They really need to rework that character's primary. Once again, we've thrown out both our shield and our E. Didn't take any space that we already didn't have. So silver players can't hit their right clicks though. So I don't think that'll matter. We've watched so many silver players literally not even right click once. Okay, so the way you want to think about Deadpool's gun ult, the gun ult is good against very specific things to counter them. Okay, so when you have like a Strange who's being really aggressive, so I guess let's back up. what does the gun ult do? When you put it on somebody, what it does is it puts this little thing on here, and anytime they miss an ability, right? So it's a damage ability that they hit on somebody else and they don't do damage with it, they take damage, okay? So the way this pans out is on a character like Strange, his primary fire, he shoots out the little daggers, right? I think there's like 5 or 6 of them. If any single one of those misses a target, he takes like 50 damage. And so if he left clicks and misses all 5, that's like 250 damage that he takes. It's a lot. Now, on a character like Scarlet Witch, who has an auto-aiming attack that basically can't miss, it's kind of worthless. Unless they're terrible, which this one is. So you want to be really selective. Now, against something like Punisher, where they have so many bullets that it's very likely that they're going to miss, it's almost a death sentence. Punisher, Strange, Psylocke's primary fire, each of the little pellets, Punisher regularly, Punisher in its ult, those things are very valuable to use it on. So understand that, and then we can talk about the sword ult another time. For now.
It was just
Double kill. You'll have to keep fighting until you have a winner.
Okay, but yeah, once again, for the record, if you guys want VOD reviews, make sure you submit losses. Wins are just, you get less information out of it. But this was a really short one. I hope this helps. Take care, God bless, and see you guys next time. Bye.